Welcome to my first art stream in a long time. Should probably share the live thing on the social media so people know I'm here. No, it's not what I want to do. Trying to paste. That should do it. Okay. Let's get back to it. I need to find another app to do this because I don't really like how this one looks. I'm using Procreate on the iPad, so I had to find an app to get the iPad screen into OBS. I just don't really care for how it works. So as it is, I had to shove this all the way to the side here to cut off on the left and the top the UI features. Like, I don't need that in the stream. But the only way to get rid of it is full screen, and then I can't touch OBS to do anything. It's just annoying. I need to fix this one. There we go. That should be better. Alright. Let's actually put some lines down. I need to get another reference image into here without showing my entire gallery. Where is it? There we go. Lock these so I don't accidentally draw on them. I don't normally have this many references at the same time, but I can't keep going back and forth, so. It'll probably be a little awkward at first, till I get used to drawing like this. Gotta have the... I don't have to, but I should have the tablet on, actually on the desk instead of my lap. Do the basic skeletal. This isn't for the face, it's for the ear. That's gonna... My brain's gonna look at this here and think it's the nose, but it's not. I'll put a little doop there. Maybe that will help. One of the reasons I don't do art streams a lot is just coming up with what in the world am I going to draw while on stream. So I don't know, I can't always just, oh, boom, I'll draw this. I've had this in my head for a while to draw. So it's like, you know, I'll just do that. So I don't want to do just something random. I want to actually do something. Oh, I recognize this music. Probably a little smaller. That's still probably too much to her. Blaze is pretty thin. Alright, I'll have to come up with the legs myself, since I can't just use the same leg position. I may also change the arm position too. I just want the basic head to head. I think I'll go with these arms backward. Well, not actually backwards, just they go on back. And okay, which way's the thumb? It's sad, you gotta think about it. Like, wait, which direction? Where's the thumb go? That's not quite what I'm going for. The only thing, like the symmetry is very useful for something like this, but there is the downside of, like, say if I wanted to alter this, like this, it only does it on the one side. It doesn't do that on the other. It's one downside. It's just one, it's like, it's a feature that's missing. I honestly don't know why it's not part of this. Well, I suppose I can't complain too much for a $10 app that does all this stuff in the first place. I kind of want it, I think I want it down, further down than that. Doo-doo. I don't recognize it. I'm probably not going to recognize a lot of the music on this video I found. I just had to find something quick that's won't get me DMCA'd or whatever. And I went with Nintendo because I figured that's mostly safe as far as the content goes. Maybe I should just draw the hand first. So I have a particular vision of how this hand should look. It'd be better if it's pointing down even further. I'm kind of thinking of that one SA2 drawing of Shadow, the way his hand is, with the fingers curled in sort of thing. This is what I'm thinking here. It's looking a little better. One main difficulty I have with this style is the proportions, specifically making arms long enough and hands big enough, as well as heads. Hands, feet, heads big enough. Just the extremeness of the style is what is difficult to master for me. Going to have to shrink this because I'm going off the canvas. Definitely a bonus for digital art. So I'm not always good at judging how big it's the full thing's gonna end up. So I have to adjust. And when you're doing traditional, you have to erase all that, and all that work's gone, and it sucks. Digital is much more forgiving, but still definitely still requires the same skill set. I have the same issue when just writing down words. Is like I have to, okay, how because I start off and I quickly run out of space. It's like, oh boy, so the last letters get squished and it looks terrible. As one frustration for me, it's like I can draw at this level, but I can't. My handwriting is just terrible. It doesn't make any sense because it's still just shapes. I guess I can work on the hands later. Make them a little better. Still think it needs to be down further. Now that I have the hands, I can just drag them down and adjust them. Oh, is this 𝗦𝗢𝗢𝗥𝗧? Sounds like it. Still haven't finished that game. We started the Wii U version, and just the controls are terrible. My brother doesn't really want to finish it. I don't really want to play it either. But we also don't want to buy the remake and start over. So we're kind of stuck. My main issue, my main problem, besides just the controls, because I do not really care for any kind of motion controls. See, this might, no, not that I need. What's it, 𝗦𝗛𝗢𝗣𝗥𝗧? 𝗦𝗛𝗢𝗣𝗥𝗧. I can do that, I get. No, that's going to, I need push. I can't, you know, adjust with symmetry with the select tool, but I can do it this way. I don't use liquefy a lot, since I do mostly, you know, line art stuff. It seems something you would use mostly for painting, since there's no lines to destroy. That's what I see it used mostly for. Be nice to try the painterly style. Hello! Welcome. Should probably reduce the opacity on this so I can focus. I just need it as reference for the head shape. That way I'm focused more on the actual thing I'm drawing. Lock them back up so I don't draw over them. There we go. Move this up a little. Doesn't need to be too far down. They don't have a lot of... I mean, Blaze has a lot of hair on top, but... yeah, maybe it should be down a little further. I'm focusing on the base, like, skeletal almost shapes. And I'll get to the details. Especially the different details. The Blaze and OC in the top left? Yes. This is Blaze versus... I'll make this bigger so you can see it. Blaze versus my OC here, which is my take on the... A lot of people make a Blaze rival that's an ice type, and I want to do my own take on it. But instead of ice, she has cold fire powers, which acts like a frost, hence her name. Her backstory is that she's a clone of Blaze, created by 𝗦𝗛𝗢𝗥𝗧, who thinks she's Blaze's sister. He's lied to Frost to make her think she's Blaze's sister, and so she has a vendetta against Blaze because she thinks she was abandoned by the family for her, cold fire powers instead of hot fire powers. So it's a whole thing. So she has similarities to both Shadow and Metal Sonic. Yes, very poor kitty. Let's see. The legs are gonna be interesting because one wears high heels, the other wears sandals. Though I suppose Frost could just be on her tiptoes. Doesn't have to be standing flat on her feet. Which does make more sense for this kind of a pose anyway. We gotta figure out how to pose this leg. Make sure they're short enough. And this is just gonna have to look funky, because you can't. The symmetry doesn't work with the select tool. I think I need to shrink this again to get the feet in there. I think I'll do this foot first. For now, I'll just worry about Blaze's shapes, and then I can alter the other side. Yeah, that leg looks long enough. I do not know how Blaze runs in these high of heels, especially the, you know, they're basically stilettos. I have almost no balance. Okay. Turn it like this, I think would make sense. I don't think you'd see the heel from this angle. This foot would naturally be larger. And this one. Now I'll figure out the other hand. A lot of times I'll have one arm and hand placed, and I'll be like, okay, what do I do with the other one now? I think I'll put it on a layer underneath. That way I can, that way I don't mess up this. Like if it's wrong, I can just erase it and not have to refix this. I think I'll try to somewhat mirror what's going on with the other hand. Maybe I can make it a fist. Use a fist instead. There we go. And I back and reduce opacity. There we are. Now I'll pick another color and start adding actually I need to do the tails as well. Use the same layer for that. They're almost the same in shape. You know, being clones and all, being a clone. Though she's obviously a little, she's a modified clone. Not a one-to-one. Not like Boba Fett, like the other clones. All right. I think it would make sense for the tails to be pointing upward a bit in a kind of aggressive position. Yeah, it's getting a little too thick at the end there. Tail's actually a little thinner than that. Yeah, the 4. Now, Blaze is obviously a cat, but the way her tail is designed reminds me of a gerbil. And like how you would render a gerbil in this style. A lot of people like to put like a lion tuft at the end of a gerbil's tail, but it's not that much fluff. It's just a normal like mouse or rat tail with fur on it. It's nothing extra special. Scourge? Yeah, it's a little I guess you could compare her to Scourge. I mean, she's green for one, and she's got that grin. Alright, we got the tails. The way I've been drawing Frost's ears it's not as accurate as they should be. Because they're basically supposed to be just Blaze's ears with a little extra fluff at the end. But for some reason, I've not been getting that accurate. Like the ear looks it's a little shaped different, a little smaller looking. Now I think I need to increase the opacity of this so I can see it. Move it. I don't think I need this right now anymore because I got the main pose going. I need this mostly for the face shape. Thankfully, there's official art of her head sideways, so I don't have to think, oh, how do I draw that? Because sometimes, you know, you got a character design, you're like, how in the world do you draw that at a different angle? So Means I'm doing this, I'll flip it. Make it a little more easier to tell the shape. I need to put the assist on. That's an annoying thing. Sometimes I make a new layer to do other stuff and I forget to turn on the assist. And I do a bunch of stuff and I'm like, oh wait, the symmetry wasn't working. So you have to copy, paste, and hope you get it lined up, which doesn't always work. And of course, multiple colors of line work. Using multiple colors definitely helps that you understand the shapes better when you go to ink it. Because there are times, you know, I sketch something and I go to ink and I'm like, wait, what is this supposed to mean? You forget, you know, what line goes where. And I really do usually at least 2 stages of sketching. The basic outline sketch where you get the most basic body shape going, and then the detail sketch, and then I ink. Though lately I've just been doing a, you know, extra more detailed ink, or just sketch, and then just, or clean up the detail sketch. So I've just not been feeling regular inks lately. Sometimes you just want to make it sketchy. Not sketchy, but you know what I mean. It makes it, sometimes when you got the sketchy lines as opposed to clean lines, it just feels like there's more energy to it, more character. Like some of the older 2D animations with the... Now here's a small problem. They got the little gem on the forehead. It's gonna... a little too close. I'll worry about that later. I can just select one side and move it over slightly, and then recenter it. Okay, the hair tie is roughly in the same location. Yeah, whenever I do the symmetry thing with 2 similar but still different characters, I'll focus on one character and then just turn off symmetry and change the other character. That way things are lined up a lot better. It's like with the shoes, since I'm going to be having the frost on her tiptoes, it's still a good shape to base off of. Music makes you think I'm making this a 3DS thing? I may do my own finding of songs I can safely stream and make my own playlist, so I have control over exactly what I got on it. Because a lot of them, you know, it's like, okay, I like these songs, I don't know what those are. Or it's just, it doesn't have enough stuff. That may be too much muzzle there? I don't know. I guess it doesn't need to be 100%. Like, I'd like to try to start out with the goal of 100% getting the features and shapes right, but then, you know, along the way I may make changes if it just looks better. Because like this, them having more muzzle here, it makes it look like the heads are a little more angled. It might convey their expressions better. Like even when I have, you know, a pose I use as reference. Like I'll start out just trying to replicate the pose, but I usually, almost always, will end up changing something. Like, I don't plan from the start to change it, it's a process. I'm gonna group these so I can move them together. Because I can already see that I need to shrink them again to accommodate the hair. Alright. See, I'm just gonna go ahead here and do Blaze's hair. So when I go to the other side to edit it into Frost's hair, I will have, you know, these here, that little part where it touches the headband as a starting point for where her hair is supposed to come out. Her hair is kind of longer than Blaze's. And it also, you know, it goes down, obviously. A little bit of the character design, shape language thing. Like, you know, Blaze is the hero, the good one. So her hair is up because it's, you know, positive. Things pointing up, and so Frost points down, kind of droopy. I had thought about having them in front of her face, like bangs instead, but I don't really like covering up faces too much, because then, you know, You design the face, you want people to see it. Cause like here, the reference I have, the ear's there. But I don't think that works for this pose. I think it looks better if the ear is here. I'll probably bring this forward a little bit. And I'll bring these over onto the head like that, so it's... Could you imagine actually headbutting someone straight on a little gem on your forehead? You both had gems. It's gotta hurt. I gotta imagine. It needs to be a little longer, a little thinner. I may play with the hair. Make it look right. It needs to be brought back a little. Interesting how only some of these have the little notch. Alright, that looks better. Alright, gonna move this over closer. And just focus on Blaze here. Actually, I don't need to re-outline the thumb. I just need to add the outfit details. Alright. Well, the fur fluffs. The fur cuffs don't have to match exactly. So I doubt many actually. Like, it's probably just kind of random. It's probably not a matter of that's how it's actually shaped, that's just how it's rendered. Usually fur collars and stuff aren't that pointy. They're usually rounder, fluffier. I wonder if they're part of her gloves or her jacket. Fix these later, I guess. They're not looking too great to me. It does this. I guess you would see a little bit of this. Hard to say the exact angle though, just by guessing. That should do. Actually, I'm just gonna push this direction a little more. That way you wouldn't actually see. Okay. Probably put this up higher. Disguise the lack of neck. Alright, gonna make sure. Like the leg's out there, but the coat's not gonna be. It's gonna drape like this way, I think. I think that looks right. It's not quite looking right. Alright, this definitely down pretty much straight, I think. Unless... see, I can have this, doesn't have to be draped down exactly, because there could be, you know, like, it's still back, motion and all that. Give it some more motion. This coat is quite long. All the way down to her ankles, basically. Okay, I think that does it for Blaze. Gotta give her a mouth. Her simple little Okay, now turn off the drawing assist. Switch to green. I think I'll go over all of this with the green. Can hide this now. Don't need it. Now I'm ready to change this stuff up. Start with the hair. See, now I have these roots to go off of, as it were. I won't make them fully droopy because of the action. See, my drawings here aren't even that accurate, because this has, you know, those like 3 up there, but there's 4 down here. I'll try to make this a little more. For some reason my drawings of Frost, I made the hair also thicker with rounder bits at the end. It's not supposed to be. That's what happens when you do things by memory. Like this one's not even gonna get fully seen. Now do the same. Some have the notch, some don't. Now we really start to change up the appearance. Frost doesn't have the 2, she has 3. She's got this extra one that goes down. Make her a little scruffier. She's a little scruffier. can pull this one up a little, shorten it. It makes her a little scruffier, a little wilder looking, a little less like a princess. Alright, now I gotta figure out what direction these are supposed to go. They point inward, okay. Just a little extra scruff to her ears. And of course she has a little extra bit of markings to her. Because I felt it was a little too plain. I like adding a little extra. Just a little extra something. I almost gave her stripes. But I thought this was, this was enough. It was good enough. Instead of a necklace, she has a hood. Well, a little mysterious with the hood. Of course, none of this is needed. Her top is a little complicated. I don't know why I felt the need to be that complicated. It's like a shirt with a hoodie, and also instead of sleeves, it's a cape. It's a little tricky to draw depending on the angle or what the arms are doing. So I'm just gonna be winging it. It can just be sent back like a normal cape, though. Doesn't have to cover the arms. Of course, all these little rings. Cause the rings are my go-to for this style when I don't have any other ideas. Rather than just the usual glove cuff, I do rings. And it kind of just, like, it kind of evokes, like Shadow's inhibitor rings. Maybe these are to control her, or maybe they're actually to amplify. Who knows? 'Cause, like, Blaze has a ring for her hair. Don't know if it does anything, it could just be pretty. could mean nothing. Okay, I'll start with, it's about, actually I'll start with the pants line. Part of her outfit is based on the one prototype, Blaze, with the baggy pants. So I just like it. Someone should have it. The prototypes. I looked at all the prototypes for ideas for this design as well. Little elements, little bits. I guess I'll leave the sleeve thing here. That way it kind of mirrors. Alright, then we just wrap it around and down. That looks good. I'll do the ankle rings, ankle bracelets. Yeah, they're called rings because they're shaped like the rings, but you know, they're being worn as bracelets and anklets, and I guess a taillet. Oop. I haven't done it in the art so far, as you can see, but I've wanted to push the poofiness of these pants. It just usually doesn't end up that way for some reason. I think I need to reduce the opacity here so I can get a better visual. I think I should probably open my lunch. here. Do that. Alright, around this. Should probably bring it up some. Because there's no way that this is all toe. Like, it probably goes like, boop. I went with sandals because I figured they're as opposite to fancy high heels as you can get. And it just goes with the, the rest of the whole theme. Plus it mimics her shoes with the strap over. And we got a back thing here. So it makes sense that her sandals actually stay on her feet. Get one of those back pieces. Now I'm not sure about these proportions. Because of how this pant leg is gonna look here. It's squash. Look at it. I guess that works. It's better anyway. I just have to adjust Blaze's leg. round that off. I'm gonna add the ring on a separate layer so I can adjust it. Because with my previous drawings, it's, you know, further down to where the dark color shows out, but placement wise on the tail should be about here. And that's what looks the best. So that's what I'll go with. I can always adjust her overall design to better suit. There we go. Now I just need to adjust this leg. I'll turn on the assist. Just go over this knee. Looks a bit much. I mean, it matches. It just looks a bit rough. Maybe it's the angle. It's too sharp or something. That should do good. Of course, question is the rest of the proportions. Like the hands and the head, are they big enough? Well, just a little bit. The hand should be good. Now I think I'm ready to start inking it. I have no idea what I'm doing for the background. Probably nothing too detailed, so I don't want to distract. From the main event. I turn down the opacity on the sketches till it's basically a ghost. It's a little too thick, too thin. That looks good. Now I'll do the parts that are the same. I should have found a playlist of Sonic Rush music. One thing I don't like about Procreate and the iPad is the tilt sensitivity. Sometimes it just... I wish I could turn it off because I never use it. Just a pain. You have to redo the line, even if it would have been perfect line. It didn't. The digital ink didn't go down right. Didn't didn't mark right. So you gotta start over. I'll just erase the other ear tips when I get to it. So even though she's a clone, I still felt the need. I need to make it, different enough. Using the symmetry tool is not only a time saver, it makes things a little easier, but it also, for this type of a drawing, just highlights how these two are mirrors. It adds to the presentation. Alright, I think the only... well, I got the eyes, but like the hands and the tails, probably the only things left that are the same for the most part. the tail. Suppose I can mirror these too. The straps. They're about the same. Do a lot of moving the canvas around. Some angles are just better for my hand to flow, to, you know, make the proper curves. Which is probably why a lot of people will draw characters from the same angle. Because that's the way, and the same direction, because that's the way the hand flows better. Get them nice and pointy. I want to find a better app for getting my iPad screen into OBS. So I just don't like how the UI works because it's got, they have to, you know, move it. Because there's more to it on the left and the top, you know, the UI, all that. Can't get rid of that unless you full screen, but then I can't do anything. I can't switch from the app to do anything with OBS. So I need to find a different. The problem is because this is free, or you can unlock features of some kind with subscription. I don't mind paying for one, but the problem is I need to be able to know how it works. Because if I can't get it to work, or I don't like how it works, then I just wasted money. I also definitely don't want to deal with any subscriptions. Now, if it was something I did on a regular basis, then that wouldn't be such a bad thing. I don't mind that. It's just a lot of times it's just way too much for what it is and what you get out of it. I hope that's how it's supposed to look. Kinda got too much neck going on here. I'm gonna hold off on the neck area until I can get done with the heads. Move it down a little. Makes their ears look taller, but they're actually not. It's also a little bit of a flame shape. Get some line weight variation going here. Probably should have snagged some IDW panels of Blaze using her powers so I had a reference for the flame, because I'm gonna have both these hands are gonna have flame on them. I should also probably use the comics as a reference for the coloring. I want to do something a little different, maybe. I'll push this a bit. A lot of this music is just making me nostalgic and feel old. I forgot the other side of Blaze's her vest, or her jacket. Jacket tails. I forgot the other. That should be good. We have almost got Blaze done. So I have some extra little bit of fluff down here. I gotta finish this hair so I can adjust the heads, get a little closer to the bodies, so I don't have to worry about the neck area. I need to give her a mouth. I haven't done that yet. Something like this. I don't think I have a reference of like the Sonic Adventure art that has Sonic grinning. Ah, there we go. Sonic Fan Wiki is very useful when it comes to official references. So you can get exactly what you're looking for. Doesn't seem quite right. It's a little better. I make it bigger. Probably disappear this. It's not interfering. Yeah, that looks good. There's 3 actually, not 4. So I should probably be looking at Knuckles for the chompy. I'll do this for now and we'll see how it is. May change it later. May have 2 versions. Oh yeah, that's good. It should Go under. I don't really like that's too far. Should be a small gap. I'll just work it. It will look better than it was going to, at least, with the bigger gap. Because now we just have a little bit back there. Sometimes if you can't quite get it, you just gotta do your best. Just, you know, do good enough. Even if you can't get it perfect, get it at least good enough that it's not, you know, super noticeable. It's not glaring. I mean, it's always gonna probably be glaring to you because you're the one that's staring at it for however many hours it takes to do it, but unless someone's looking at it with the, you know, to study it or to critique it, they're not gonna notice. Cause like there's little mistakes I see all the time in officially published stuff, not just Sonic but anything. I see little mistakes. So not even the big professionals get it right all the time. It's a thing you gotta remember, especially if you're just starting out, or you know you're still struggling. You just gotta keep going. That's what you gotta do. It's important to zoom in to get things right. It's also important to remember to zoom out occasionally just to double check, make sure everything's looking good. Especially with proportions. Just because something looks right zoomed in doesn't mean it actually looks good with whatever it's attached to. This should have a little bit of a add a little bit of depth, a little bit of make it looks like she's actually wearing something. For this music I don't even recognize. Alrighty. Almost done with inks. Then I'll have to make decisions on the coloration, on the shading that I plan to do. I'll go through and thicken a few things, a few lines. Now we can bring this to the top so I can get her colors. Let's see, block that. Gonna make sure all the little nooks and crannies get filled in. Her colors are just so unlike most fire types. Like, she's got the red, little bit of red, but she's mostly purple and violet. She's a shade of purple, but she wears violet. Like, the tips are violet. This bit is a bit odd. She's got Her muzzle's white, but the inside of her ears is tan. Maybe that little extra bump there isn't really good. It's too far. If anything, I should have moved the hair forward. It's a little late for that now. Should make the background... When I color in, I usually turn the background gray to make sure I'm getting the... Actually, I should probably have these... have their colors on separate layers, you know? Alright. That way I can do things to them separately. Like, they're both gonna have different, lighting added to them. Because one has the orange fire, one has the blue fire. Maybe I'll just do the adventure, this coloring, the same coloring as here. Seeing, you know, seeing I'm going with the style, the rest of the style, the rest of the, like the mouth shape even. I need the heels. It's only slightly lighter than my background. Okay. Now for frost colors. It's a lot easier to pick. Did I turn that off? Okay, let's see. I'm sorry, I don't have that as an automatic thing, but you see, alright. Harmony. So the complementary of... She's basically the complementary color of Blaze. Because I didn't want to just make her blue. Especially since she has the blue fire. Don't want too much of the same color going on. You know, better contrast when the fire is in use. Since Blaze isn't a typical fire color, no, typical color for fire type, I didn't want to make Frost a typical like ice or cold color. So went with green. So she doesn't have 4 rings like Shadow does. She has 6. Still not certain that they actually do anything. Maybe they could be control devices. Of course, purple eyes as opposite yellow. Alright, that's the flats. I don't think I need these anymore. Got all the colors. I'll need the flame colors, I guess. Oh, I almost forgot the bottom, the shoe bottom, sandal bottom, which is just brown. I didn't have any other ideas. And while gray does not really have a complementary color because it's not truly a color, I would say browns. I consider browns opposite grays when it comes to, you know, color meanings, because, you know, grays, you think of concrete, metal buildings, machinery. The opposite of that would be nature, which has lots of browns, earth, dirt, soil, you know, that sort of thing. Tree trunks. Of course, a lot of animals are brown. Take a look at my main reference, my pose. Okay. In here, the light is facing Sonic, so he's got shadow behind him. And of course, Metal Sonic has shadow in front of him. I suppose that would make some, you know, as far as meaning goes. Like Sonic's facing the light, Metal's facing the dark. I don't know that if that's the intention behind the scene, but you know, a lot of animation will have those sorts of things. I think I need to add a little bit here to the hand. Need this. Maybe this. I don't know. That's good enough. I should lock that. I'll get started. When I do shading now, I have the main color layer, the flat colors. Then I use clipping mask to add shadows and highlights. That way I can, like if I want to, I can mess with these and just make alterations quicker in a way that doesn't, like I don't have to recolor things if I want to change something. Looking good, thank you. I almost don't want to get onto the coloring. What if it doesn't look good? But I gotta... I think I'll do some lay down some simple colors for the moment. Like all of this should be shaded. Not colors, but shading. Like all of that should be shaded. These, the arms. Then I can add more detail later. And I can also, cause like, for now I got the black, but at any time with the shadow layer, I can just change the color. So if I want to do purple and do multiply or overlay, you know, I can do that. So that's why I like using the clipping mask. Makes it just makes it easier. Well, not, yeah, easier. It makes it you can do more. You're not stuck. So that's, let's see, switch to this. I use the round brush for my shadows and highlights mostly. Is it alright? Turned on the alpha lock. Gotta turn that off. Do the swoop that makes it look 3D, like an actual ring. Huh? Guess we'll go with that for now. Though, let's see. Frost has a blue flame, so her highlights will be blue. Meaning the shadows should be the opposite, the complementary of blue, which is orange. Orange shadows. Blaze, on the other hand, has orange. And so her highlights would be blue. No, wait, no, her highlights would be orange, her shadows would be blue. It's gonna look interesting, I suppose. Actually, I should probably get the flames going. Get the fire on here. So I have a better reference for where the light is coming from. Rather than just going by my, the drawing reference. So let's get some shadows going. And quickly look, see if I have any saved panels from IDW of Blazes Flames. So I have something a little more to go off of. What I'm finding is a little more complicated than what I'm looking for. Like I need like singular hands. Guess, no, that's a redraw. That's not the original. Come on. Guess that works. What I mainly need is the shape, because they kind of do it a little, they have like kind of a their own stylization of drawing the flames. I'll just wing it, I guess. I've drawn fire enough times. I should be good. I'll start off using the symmetry, but obviously they're not going to look exactly the same. So I'll just manipulate the second one. Or maybe I should use something a little brighter. A little sloop. Maybe I will sort of keep the symmetry, but just like I do the line art separately, like that way there's slight variation just by. I think that's good. Let's go with the liquefy and push this so it doesn't need to envelop the wrist, just the hand. I kind of like this. The liquefy pushes things nicely. I might be able to use it just to make flame shapes. Make them look a little more natural. See, like that. See, that's good. I used to have a very specific way I rendered flames, but this app doesn't. I was using Photoshop back then, so works a little different. Basically, I would put down the base color for the flames, then I would use the spray paint to just do a lot of, just put in the different colorations with the spray paint, and then use the smudge to blend and blur things. Should probably, instead of being straight up, they should be, no, okay. Instead of being, they should be pushed backwards, because that's the motion I've been going for here. Not like that. I need to like almost rotate this. A little more like that. And then rotate this one. This way. And this way it's almost symmetrical, but not, still not. I did it again. I need this one. Like, there's still a bit of symmetry, but not exact. Get what the word for that is. Kind of like an almost symmetry. Like, you have two things on either side of the center, but they're not the same two things. But it's still enough to have balance. Alright. I don't think... Okay, I'm not gonna have actual line art for the flames. I mean, it will have lines, but they're not gonna be... Like, the back is... This will be filled in. I should use... Can always adjust this later. Yeah. Like more orange. Though in the game, the outlines of her flame are violet. Same as her coat and the tips of her tail. I need to... There we go. Which is a nice little detail. Just a little extra something, you know? A little extra something to stand out, to make her unique. She's already pretty unique. As far as your fire types go. Because they're usually always the brash, hot-headed ones. She does have a temper, but it's still not the usual way. She's more serious. Like, her personality is honestly more what you would expect from an ice type, actually. Yet she still has this little bit of a fiery temper. It's also interesting, she doesn't actually like spicy foods. She likes... She you know, doesn't like spicy or hot food. Cold food. Even cold tea. I use Liquify to change that, but this is a specific kind of brush and it would ruin the outline. This one's a little thicker. I don't know if that's okay. Thing is, sometimes the fire is drawn, you can still see the hand, sometimes you can't. I guess she is. Or I could just put it under the line art. Though I would have to add lines anyway. That'll destroy all that work. Okay, let's keep this line art for now. Fill it in later. One downside to fire is, yeah, he's cool, you want it in your drawing, but then whatever you just drew gets covered by it. Like, I want to see all this detail I bothered to do on the hands. Now I suppose I could get fancy and instead of drawing this circular fire, just draw fire coming off the hand. But again, that's getting fancy. Alright, let's get her fire over here. You see, that's just black lines. It's kind of boring. Actually, this is, yeah, that's just, I don't need that. Especially since it's almost 4 o'clock anyway. See, this is just naturally going to be different from the other side now. No matter how similar it started out, it will now be different. There we go. Should probably just do this. I'll need to figure that out. Actually, well, if you're going by the game, the outline of this one should be that. And, you know, the logical is the outline should be green. But I don't know how that's gonna work. How well that's gonna look. See, reference. We'll pop this in. I'll figure this out eventually. So then, this isn't quite the color it needs to be, but some kind of reference, I guess. Let's see, it should be a little yellow, a little oranger. So this should be, and this should be a little lighter. It's a little lighter blue. Probably won't go that exact coloration. Also need white in the eye. I can get that in there. It just doesn't. The eyes don't look complete, so you got a little shine. It looks kind of look a little dead. Blank stare eyes, you know. That looks good. Then I can add a little shine here. I think that's good. Good for now. Good for this stream. At least I got this far. So thank you all for coming, for watching me draw. I may do more of these in the future, but I don't know. It depends on what you guys want, what people want, and if I have actual ideas for what to draw. However, I was planning. I got it set up on. So I offer commissions on Buy Me a Coffee, and so I can also offer commission requests. Not like regular commissions, but like you pay me $5 and I'll sketch Amy or Sonic or whoever. No OCs except for mine though, since it's cheap. But just a little something I could do, something you could do. But yeah, that's it for today. Tuesday, more Shadow, and Thursday, more Tears to the Kingdom. Alright, send her out. Enjoy the rest of the day.